This video covers and explains the KOSMOS PG Unleashed Nu Gundam's LED wiring and features. Because the manual is completely in Chinese, it's quite hard to follow, but I'm going to explain the left-hand side and go through all of the connection points that you need to make and avoid any confusion by giving some tips and tricks. As you can see, there's a lot of different type of wires and they all look the same. So many people out there, if you can't read Chinese and you can't understand the Bill Billy videos, you're going to have a hard time. Let me help you a bit. This is everything neatly laid out. I'm going to go through every part one by one. If you haven't seen already, I already made the unboxing video to take out all of the parts and explain what they do. So check out that video if you haven't already. There's even a remote they provided. I'll go through everything. First, the power can be done by 3 batteries, or you can use the USB-C. Directly attached to the box are 3 wires of different lengths. The long one is specifically for the chest, shoulders, and head, same as Bandai's official. The medium one is for USB-C power delivery, and the short one is specifically for the backpack and fin funnels. Do not make a mistake, otherwise you're going to have problems later. Let's first begin with the short wire. This one is for the backpack and 6 fin funnels. If you've ordered less than 6 fin funnels, you won't use all of the connection points. The battery pack goes directly into the big white one. You can see that the prongs are lined up with the holes. It's very difficult to screw this up, but basically you line up in the correct direction. You push it in slightly and it just slots in place. You don't need to put too much force. Once it's in place, it will stay there forever. Okay, now let's connect the USB-C cable. This one is the smallest one, 2 prongs only. And the wire on the other side is a female. So make sure you have a USB-C male to make it connect to power. Again, you just slot that in place. It fits nice and easy. Don't force it too hard or you might bend the wire. And on the other side, I'm just going to see if it connects right in. It is nice and snug as well, so you need a little bit of force. Make sure not to pull from the wire, otherwise you can break that. Okay, the longest one. This one is the same as Bandai's official and connects to the head, chest, and cockpit. Again, looks the same as Bandai's official. Just look for the wire that doesn't have any connections in place. The official Bandai one might actually have more separated pieces. It's exactly listed the same A, B, C, D, E, F, so you won't have much troubles there. Once again, you want to align up the pins, push it in place, and there you go, it's done. If you ever make a mistake, it's relatively easy to pull out. I'll show you later as well. Now let's test the power. So what I'm going to do is attach the USB-C to that end, and I'm going to bring out my battery power bank because you know what? It shows the milliamp drainage. So what I'm going to do, make sure you also have to turn on the battery power pack. So this is before we do anything else. It only drains about 1 milliamp of battery power. So just like the LEDs you have at home, it doesn't drain that much battery power. I must say these green LED lights are insanely bright. You will notice that the backpack one comes in a different type of wire color. It's very small. Do not make a mistake and try to put it in the fin funnel ones by accident. It's in the leather wire. You just push it in and it slots perfectly in place. On the other end, there are 4 connection points. This will go with all of the backpack pieces. Be careful because the backpacks are labeled left and right. You want to put it in correctly, otherwise the lights might not display properly. And at the end of the day, you have a little bit of wires you might need to force through the backpack. I might show you guys later. But I don't know why Bandai didn't think about doing this. A backpack that lights up, that's a great idea. Once again, I'm testing the lights and everything works perfectly fine. The backpacks are RGB and it looks very nice. Same thing again, it doesn't use that much battery power. Okay, this is what I made a mistake with. This is the fin funnel pieces. I just put it straight into the wire. That's incorrect. You're actually supposed to use the extension cable first. This cable allows you to move the fin funnels further away from the kit than you'd normally expect. Line up the holes, there's 6 of them there. If you get the 6 fin funnels, you use them more. But the dimensions, 55 centimeters or 21.5 inches. That is super long, so you can move it very far across your table. Once you have the other end, you need to connect it to these extension cables. There's a missing piece in the middle. So in the pack, you'll find this tiny little connection piece, and you just put it in on each side. It's the same on both, so it doesn't matter which way it goes. Connect one side in, connect the other, and there you go. You want to make sure that you have the short side to connect to the other piece of the fin funnel. The order is very important. Once you have this, you're just going to connect it and everything is in a chain together. I'm just going to do the other fin funnel off camera. Here we go. Very bright, very beautiful. Once again, the power drainage 3 milliamps per minute. not too bad. So you can connect it to a power bank for a very long time. Alternatively, if you connect it to the wall socket, it will last forever. Now we go through the remote and you can see all of the colors. This is on 2x speed just to show you what it looks like. And wow, it's insanely bright. You can't tell in the camera, but my eyes were burning from looking at these LED lights. There you go, the full RGB rainbow. I'm pressing every single button just to show you all the things that you can do. I think those purples are the ones they had in the trailer, and you can have a lot of fun time playing with this remote. There is a little bit of delay between pressing the remote buttons and actually inputs happening, so I'll prefer the app. I'll show you that next. But here, unfortunately, the cockpit head and shoulders, they're only one color of green, same as Bandai's officials. The chest does change color, but keep that in mind. If you're on iOS, you can download an app called the Cosmos Universe, probably same on Android. And once you go in, you'll see Cosmos PGU. You just have to wait for it to connect and you'll just have it right there. As you can see, I click the off button, the LEDs slowly go out. It's not instantaneous, but it happens eventually. Now I click it, it powers back on. This video is in completely full speed, so you notice there is a little bit of delay, but that's fine. They have customized options. Very interesting. So people have programmed the LED lights to have these sort of effects. Very cool. You can play with this all you want, and you can even probably download some from the internet or make them yourself. Look at this. You can choose the colors for every single LED. I can see 3 lines right now, and in this process, I'm kind of understanding how it works. So if I wanted to change something like a light right there, notice how it's blue color. I click on that and I can move around the dial and change it to any color I want. Very nice, very cool. And this works on all of the ones that are colored differently. Of course, the RGB, the ones that are fixed screen, you can't change, but everything else, yes. I like this feature. And if you think about it in contrast to Bandai's official one, this is light years ahead of that. We are in 2026. If Bandai wanted to be serious, they would have shipped something like this out. As you can see, the chest vents, you can change the LEDs individually as well. All of these color options, if you're very picky, you can change it to whatever setting that you like. And now we're going to go into the expert levels of settings. This is when you can change everything, including the brightness, the speed, and individual RGB LED behaviors. Here's what the menu looks like in English and Chinese. Right now, I have all of the LEDs on 1% brightness. So if you're complaining that it's too bright, you can change it completely. There it is on max brightness. You can see there's a huge range that you can play around with. Now I'm going to adjust it to different levels, 65%, 0%, and then all the way up. You can notice the difference is obvious. That type of customization is very nice. This level of brightness customization is ideal because some people might prefer to show their kid off extremely bright in a room. Others may want to have it on a dim setting that just faintly glows. Whatever your preference is, you can achieve it. Even the speed, and also every individual LED, you can change the behavior, including flow direction. I'm sure people are going to go crazy with their ideas. They even have a music mode. So my assumption is that if you play a song on your phone, the LED lights can react accordingly. So you can have a party disco with your PG Unleashed Nu Gundam. I mean, that's a little different, but the function is there. So it basically goes up and down, changes brightness depending on what song you play. Interesting. So here's a look at the Cosmos PG Unleashed Nu Gundam's LED wiring. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to give a like, comment down below if you have any questions. Otherwise, subscribe if you want to see more. I'll see you guys later.